Thank you for choosing the 1stPayPOS point-of-sale solution. This video will guide you through the setup process. Let's get started. Your 1stPayPOS shipment includes an iPad, card reader and stand, a receipt printer and printer paper, a cash drawer, and in some cases, a barcode reader or a kitchen printer. You will also see 3 cords needed to connect your system. The green cord is the 25-foot Cat5 cable that connects to the printer. The gray cord connects from the printer to the cash drawer. The black cord connects the printer to an outlet. Once you have opened your box and taken out all of the components, you will follow several simple steps to configure your 1stPayPOS system. You also need to ensure you have your wireless router available during this setup process. Your wireless router must have a broadband secure connection with a local Wi-Fi network to communicate to the receipt printer and iPad. It will not connect to 1stPayPOS using a hotspot. First, take out the receipt printer and load the thermal printer paper by removing the paper from the wrapper. Place the roll in the printer with the roll facing out. Push the top of the printer down over the roll and shut tight. You will now want to connect your printer by connecting one end of the green Ethernet cable into the 100/10 base port on the back of the printer. Plug the other end into the first available LAN port on your wireless router. Finally, plug the black power cord out of the back of the printer and into a properly grounded AC outlet and turn the printer on. When connected, the printer ready light will blink green and then turn a solid green. It's important to note that the iPad and the printer must use the same Wi-Fi network in order to connect properly. The next step is connecting your cash drawer. Connect the gray cash drawer cable by plugging into the port underneath the cash drawer and connecting it to the DK port on the receipt printer. The larger end of the cable plugs into the cash drawer, and the smaller end will fit into the receipt printer. Then you'll want to connect your iPad to the wireless network. Turn your iPad on, go to Settings, click on Wi-Fi, and then turn the Wi-Fi on. Next, find your local network in the list of Wi-Fi networks that appear. If you can't find your network, ensure the router is on and working properly. You will need a secure connection to your Wi-Fi network in order for your 1stPayPOS system to work, not a hotspot connection. Next, you'll need to create a new login, called an Apple ID. This is used in the Apple App Store to download the 1stPayPOS app onto your iPad. Open your internet browser and enter apple.com into the address bar. When the Apple site opens, tap Support on the upper right side, then tap Apple ID. Next, tap Basics on the left side, then tap Create an Apple ID. Follow the prompts to create your Apple ID. In order to use your new Apple ID, you'll need to verify your email address. Check your email for a verification email from Apple. Click on the Verify Now link and sign in with your new Apple ID and password. After you have verified your Apple account, tap the App Store icon on your iPad. Once you've logged into the App Store, go into the search function and type 1stPayPOS. Follow the prompts on the screen to install the app on your iPad. You might be required to type in your Apple ID again or review your Apple account information before you can search for the 1stPayPOS app. Once the app is installed, tap Open. The app will then open. Then tap Activate My Account. Enter your Transaction Center ID and username. Please refer to your 1stPayPOS activation email. Tap Next in the upper right-hand corner. Enter your Transaction Center password. Then create a 4-digit PIN and agree to terms and conditions, then tap Next. Next, you'll configure your card reader. Select your card reader based on the pictures provided within the app, then tap Done. Once activation is complete, a Device Activation message will appear. Tap OK. Then, on the login screen, you will enter the 4-digit PIN you created in the previous step. A Configure Settings message will display. Tap Go to Portal, which will allow you to access tax settings and add inventory or load your menu. Next, a Batch Time Settings message will display. Tap OK. Please read and ensure you select the correct batch close time settings for your business. Tap Save Changes. You'll want to review the remaining settings for tax, tips, and other payment settings. Once done with the initial setup, tap Devices, then Printers. Unless you want to rename your printer, it will be named Receipt, and the printer type for the receipt printer is Receipt. Tap Save Changes to finalize the printer setup. If you have a kitchen printer, tap Devices, then Printers, then tap Add Printer, and type in a separate name for the second printer. Choose Items for the printer type from the drop-down menu and tap Save, then tap Save Changes. To go back to the 1stPayPOS app, tap Back to 1stPayPOS and enter your 4-digit PIN to log in. You'll now see a message that says 1stPayPOS would like to use your current location. Tap OK. These 3 tutorial screens give a quick overview of the app. You can review them now, or you can access them later in the Help section. Tap Close when finished. To configure your printer and print a test receipt, tap the Menu tab, which is the gray tab on the very left of the screen next to Home. Then click Settings, Printers, Star Printer, Configure Printer. Select the printer, select printer type, tap Print Test Receipt, then tap Save in the top right-hand corner. This should produce a test receipt on your printer, and your printer will be configured after you tap Save. If you have a kitchen printer, be sure to configure this one also. If you do not find your connected printers, make sure you are on the same Wi-Fi router that you have the printers connected to. Congratulations! Your 1stPayPOS system is ready to use.